I'm recording probably the 5th or 6th video showing area plans. I'm going to use Revit architecture. I'm not modeling. I'm just budgeting according to a program, a certain amount of area. So we're starting from nothing. So everybody ought to be able to follow along with this. And we're going to use 230 Dartmouth Street, which is the Boston Public Library. I'm going to import images of each floor plan. Right. So I started a new project, new architectural project. And I'm going to import, no, not the CAD, I'm going to import an images, because the images, the plan drawings are images. You know where to find them. They're in my handouts, building shells. Copy them someplace locally where you can find each. And there's the images, floor 1, floor 2, floor 3. Floor 1 is the first floor, floor 2 is the second floor, floor 3 is the third floor. Going to open floor 1, importing an image. Right, I'm going to place it here, and there's a wonderful clear image of the first floor. It's got a little scale bar there. I'm going to use that scale bar to scale this drawing, right, which now consists of a single image. You're going to use the scale tool, measure from 0 to where it thinks 50 feet is, and then type in the number 50, enter. So now that drawing is the right size. One thing I could do to set up guides so that we line up on the second floor the boundaries of this drawing. A couple things you'd want to use. We can use reference planes. Those are probably the best thing to use, but I can even draw as simply as detail lines. Right. Let me start with reference planes, then I'll add detail lines and I'll explain what they are. So I'm going to go to annotate. Architecture, reference plane. Reference plane is a line that persists continuously in 3D through the model. I can name that line, right? There's a green dashed line. That's a reference plane. We'll see what that is in a minute, but I'm drawing 1, 2, 3 of these. Again, I'm not going to be creating a model. I'm doing area plans, so we're not modeling 3D geometry. So those are my lines. Think of them as guides, right? I could use grid lines as well, but for now, those are going to be the outside edges of the library. So what do I have so far in my drawing? I have an image of the first floor. I scaled it, and then I drew 4 green lines. All right. Now, when I go to level 2, okay, there's some geometry that's left over from the previous. Let's just delete that. Make believe you didn't see that. Don't worry about it. When I go to level 2, I can still see the 4 green lines. What do those 4 green lines represent? They represent the outside edge of the building. So now I'm at level 2. I can still see those lines. So at level 2, I'm going to bring in floor plan 2, which is the second floor of the building. Insert image, floor 2, open. When you place it somewhere, now we have to scale it. We have to make it the correct size. This also has a scale bar. So I select the image, resize, 0, drag to where that's supposed to be 50 feet. I click and then type in the number 50 and enter. So now this drawing is the right size. Now that I have the green lines which form the outside edges of the building, I can move the image to the correct location. So now, right, I have a drawing. I can measure between those lines. Look at this. Annotate, dimension. It's about 222 feet. And that way, 226 feet. So it's almost a square, right? Very much so. I don't have a level 3, but let's create a level 3. We can go to any one of the elevation drawings. Let's get rid of the geometry that's not supposed to be here. Right there's a reference. The reference planes that I drew, they're still here, right? Because they persist in all directions. What's this? Level 1, level 2, go back to the elevation view. And I'm going to create another level, right click on one of these and go create similar. I'm just going to align it with the existing levels, and that's going to come up as level 3. Right? Again, I'm not creating a model. I'm just organizing an orthographic view of each floor. You have to be able to do at least this to get anywhere with your drawing. So we're with your space allocation, you're trying to create drawings that show the viewer at scale how much space you intend to occupy. Let's go to level 3 because now we created it. Okay, I can't quite see the other reference planes, and usually that's because I have to go to an elevation view and just drag them beyond. See, we created a new level so that reference planes, I can drag these elevation bullets out here. Right, reference planes, they're lines that define a plane that persists in all directions. You could do it with detailed lines as well. It's a little bit faster doing it with reference plane. Go to level 3. Insert image, floor 3, open, place it somewhere. So somehow I have a scale drawing of this that was superimposed on the scale bar. So let's resize this as well. Select it. And that's got to be 50 feet. Now I'm going to do the same thing I did. Moving the image so that the outer boundaries of the library align with the reference plane that I want to align with. Okay, so what do I have so far? I have a Revit file with no geometry, but that has images of the first floor, the second floor, and the third floor. I'm going to save this file. I think I already saved it, but let's 230 Dartmouth area plan. Let's go to level 1. And now I need to create area plans. I don't have any area plans yet. So I go to architecture, area plan. And I can use one of the area plans that exists because there's nothing in the model yet. So area plan is a different plan representation of the area of each floor, right? Associated with each of these levels. I'm going to select all 3. That allows me to draw area boundary lines that form shapes. Those shapes are going to be areas. Those shapes can be irregular. They can be really complicated, or they can be as simple as a rectangle that's 20 by 30, meaning it's 600 square feet in that rectangle, if that's what I decide to draw. So I go new area plan. I'm going to select the default there, rentable, right, and hit OK. Automatically create boundary lines with external walls. There's nothing in the model, so I'm going to answer no to that. There's no geometry in the model. Answer no. It's going to ask me 3 times because I'm creating an area plan for level 1, 2, and 3. That's the first floor, second floor, and third floor. No, and no a third time. I don't have the images by default. It doesn't create the, it duplicates any geometry, but it doesn't duplicate the images. So area plans show up under a new category in the project browser called area plans. So I'm going to go to my floor plan for level 1. I'm going to select the image, copy it, and now go to my area plan for level 1 and paste it, modify. Is it not going to let me do that? Oh, wait a minute. So the visibility settings for imported stuff. Let's pause this video for a second. Pause the recording, that is. Okay. So I'm going to level 1, selecting the image, copying it to the clipboard. Go to area plan level 1. Right? You can still see the reference planes, but I don't have the image in the background, so I have to paste it. Paste aligned to current view. That's going to paste it in the same place. Go to level 2. Select the background image, copy it to the clipboard. Go to the area plan for level 2. Paste aligned to current view. Go to level 3. Copy that image to the clipboard. Area plan levels. paste, align the current view. So now I have an area plan, level 1, 2, and 3, with an image that's the correct scale as background for each floor. That's a wonderful thing, right? Now I can draw on it using that as the background. Remember, area boundaries, architecture, area boundaries can be as simple as a rectangle. I'm not even going to draw on the image. I'm just going to create a rectangle here and there and there and there. 4 rectangles using area boundary lines on an area plan for level 1. Now I'm going to turn those rectangles, which are formed from area boundary lines, into areas by going to architecture, area, and select 1, 2, 3, 4. So all 4 of those are now areas. I should have selected tag on placement. But so in order to create labels for those, oh, I guess it does that. So that area is 23,000 square feet. This one is 17,000 square feet. This one is 21,000, almost 21,000 square feet. This one's 15,000 square feet. If I select an area boundary line and move it, make it smaller, it changes the area. That's really, really useful. So think, what can I do with this? I can now rename this and call it Program Area 1, right? Select this area label, call that Program Area 2. Select this one, Program Area 3. Program Area 4. Right, so I have 4 rectangles. They're not on the image of the first floor plan yet, but it doesn't matter. I can take these and move them somewhere, right? I can select them all and move them into the drawing, move them away from the drawing, and I can make them any size and shape that I wish. If I want these to explain these with a color legend, it's very simple to do. I go to annotate and I select color fill legend. Click on that and then click somewhere in the drawing. It says there's no color scheme assigned yet. That's okay. It doesn't know anything about color yet. We're just going to create one. Right? So they all turn green. What does that mean? By default, a color fill legend color codes the area based on area type. We want to change the color of the area based on the name of the area. What are the names of the area? Quiz. What are the names of the areas? Answer to the quiz. The names of the areas are Program Area 1, Program Area 2, Program Area 3, Program Area 4. Select the color fill legend and click on Edit. And I want to recolorize based on not the area type, but the name. It gives me a warning, which is okay. I can ignore that warning. Now, when the name changes, the color of the area changes. And the legend corresponds to the name of the area. I can still take any one of these, move them, change the shape and size, right? So program area 2 is somewhere in the building, and it's 8,900 square feet. Imagine that program area 2, we're going to fill, I don't know, this area. Okay, I moved the boundary beyond the area label. So I'm going to rename this area periodical room. So this is going to report now. See if I can find that label. Tag area. Not enclosed. I'm going to move this. There's the tag. Let's move it back into the area. Move to area. You see, you have the option to do that. So now I can change this program area to call it periodical room. All right, so the periodical room is 3,000 square feet. See what I'm doing here? Each shape, which are now simple rectangles, corresponds, has a label that's in accordance with your program. You have some kind of listing that says, I have 2,000 square feet allocated for the map room. I'm just going to use labels that I see in this drawing. I need 3,000 square feet for the bindery, 200 square feet for the newspapers, and so and so. So I create a shape using area boundary lines that's enclosed. It's got to be enclosed. Then I tag that, create an area, and then I rename that area. And this color fill legend is explaining that. You see how it updated periodical room is this blue color here. Okay. That's lesson 1. I'm going to post this all over the place. YouTube, her tube, your tube, my tube. Let's stop this recording and then we'll do another lesson.